What's good, everyone? Welcome to the Bucks Film Room, where we are going to break down the Bucks' defensive adjustments in Game 2 today. Before we dive in, however, I'd appreciate it if you give me a follow on Twitter at Bucks Film Room and subscribe to my YouTube channel here. The Bucks got lit up in Game 1, and many armchair coaches were calling for Mike Budenholzer to make major adjustments heading into Game 2. Fortunately, he did make some. Instead of running his typical drop coverage and pick and roll, the Bucks ran a lot more switches on Tuesday night. On one of the first half possessions of the game, we discovered the new wrinkle to the Bucks lineup. Irving set a ball screen for Tatum on the right wing, and Bledsoe and Middleton quickly initiated the switch. Boston realized this and spread out along the perimeter to give Tatum room to work. Fortunately, Bledsoe played solid defense and forced his man into a tough shot that resulted in a miss. On the next possession, the Celtics called for a staggered screen for Tatum that would test the Bucks' communication skills. Instead of two guys talking, Milwaukee now needed to rely on three players communicating effectively, and Milwaukee was successful once again as Giannis and Middleton exchanged assignments. Despite Morris hitting the wild shot, it was a good defensive possession for the Bucks. For the most part, Milwaukee was able to force Boston into taking tough contested jumpers off the switches. Here's another beautiful possession involving George Hill and Ersan Ilyasova. Hill is initially guarding Rozier, but switches onto Hayward following the ball screen. He then ends up staying with Horford following the next pick, and Ersan takes Hayward going to the hoop. Ilyasova makes a tremendous play by sliding his feet, staying in front of Hayward and taking the charge. That shows why Ersan was the #1 charge taker in the NBA this season. However, switching isn't all rainbows and unicorns, as it has its weaknesses too. On this possession, Sterling Brown ends up getting matched up on Horford down low. Horford is so strong and skilled, he easily backs Brown down and gets to the hoop for the nifty one-handed flush. Budenholzer appeared to give his players a lot of flexibility with the switches, with only one primary rule: 1 through 4 switch, but Lopez always stays home on his man. This was most noticeable in pick and rolls involving Lopez defending Horford. With Horford setting the ball screen here for Jaylen Brown, Pat Connaughton goes over the top like we're used to seeing. Lopez is quite a bit up compared to normal, but he's forced to slide his feet and stay in front of Brown until Connaughton can fully recover. By the time Brown is satisfied with his position and decides to turn and whip the pass to Horford on the perimeter, Splash Mountain is already in the middle of the lane. He's unable to get out and contest, and Horford buries the triple. Here's another example where Lopez is forced to commit to stopping the ball handler, and in return is way out of position when the ball is flipped to the top of the key. Again, Horford finds nothing but the bottom of the nylon. Milwaukee's communication was key throughout the game. Budenholzer trusted his players to talk and let each other know what they were doing. It resulted in some open looks for the Celtics at times, but it was mostly successful. For those who wondered if Budenholzer could make adjustments come playoff time, he sure came up with a good wrinkle. We'll see how Boston adjusts to it in Game 3 on Friday night. Well, thanks for tuning in, Bucks fans. I appreciate it if you guys would give me a follow on Twitter at Bucks Film Room and hit that subscribe button to my YouTube channel here. I'll catch you next time.